What is up, ATG traders? This is Munya and welcome back to my trading channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys a very powerful boom and crash strategy for spike catching, right? So a lot of comments have been coming to me. You guys were asking, can we have a spike detector for the mobile version? Because usually what we have in the market are spike detectors that are external or that are indicators, and indicators you can only plug them in on your computer, right? So they don't work on your phone. So you guys, I heard your comments, and we now have a spike detector for mobiles, right? That's your smartphone, and also does work on your PC, but mostly you can use this one on your smartphone, right? So as usual, if you're new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you're notified each and every time I post a video, and make sure you are subscribed, because in the coming weeks I'll be releasing strategies that I've been working on, and you don't want to miss those ones. Also, if you really like and enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like button and support this channel. So let's get right into today's business. I'm going to take you through how to install this strategy. I'll also take you through how to use it, and I think this will be a two-part strategy, which means I'll give you the other part maybe next week or by this week, and I would urge you guys to really try this out on your demo accounts first, and make sure you're comfortable with your strategy and you know what you're working on, and then you can move to a live account, right? I've been testing this on a live account. As you can see, we have a withdraw option there, but for you guys, make sure you're comfortable with it on your demo account before you move to a live account. Okay, so I'm just going to remove everything that I have and start off with a blank chart. So I have a blank 1000 chart right here. Some of you might have a white background, it doesn't matter, or even a pink or what. I have a black background right here. I have my spikes in green, and I have my bullish candlesticks in green, and then my bearish candlesticks are in red. So you know which one are the spikes and which ones are the ticks, right? So I'm gonna start off by installing something. I'll explain why I did that, but we need to have envelopes, and we will need to have an indicator called the alligator. You'll find them both on your phones. Sorry, you find them both on your phones. They're pre-installed, and all you simply have to do is click the F, and then you find that we have what is called the envelopes, part of the trend indicators, and also down there we have what we call the alligator indicator, which is right here, right? So we usually have a challenge. I'll show you the challenge. Let's say I want to start off by creating or installing my envelopes, which are the two indicators that we need. I'll go on envelopes. These are the settings that we'll choose, but for now let's ignore that. If I click done, what will happen is my envelopes will show up on my main chart, but I don't want them on my main chart. I want them to be on the indicators section, right? So this is how we're going to do it. You also find that you have the same problem, but there's an easy way to solve it. So I'll start off by installing an indicator that I'm not even using, which is the relative strength index, which I know for sure will create an indicator window for me. And then I'll click done. So can you see that at the bottom I now have an indicator window and the main chart. The main chart is this, and then from here going down is what we call the indicator window, or the indicator section, right? And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to now install the indicators that I want, which is the envelopes. So I'll go under the indicator window one, right? So I'll click the F, not the main chart, but the F in line with the indicator window, right? And then I'm going to choose my envelopes, and these are the settings that you would need for the envelopes. So you need to set it to have a period of 32, a shift of 16, a deviation of 0.1, method simple, apply to close. And then the colors, I would advise you to just stick to these two colors so that we move together, right? So that you don't get confused. So just make sure you just copy these colors. You can then customize them later, but for now let's just use these ones. And then I'm going to click done. So can you see now I have my envelopes down in the indicator window that I want. So the next thing that I'll do is go back and delete the relative strength index, because I actually don't need it, right? Then I'm going to delete it and then go back to the charts, and you can see now I have my envelopes under the indicator window 1 where I actually need them, right? So this is the first setting, or the first indicator that we need. Then the second indicator that we need is the alligator. So I'm going to go again to install the alligator under the indicator window 1. So I'll click the F here and then select alligator, and then these are the settings that we need to install on your mobile phone. So instead of close period 100, close shift 8888 up to ellipse shift, and then method we're going to choose smoothened, and then apply to typical price HLC over 3, right? And then on the styles now, if you have a black background like me, your first two colors should be black, and then the last one should be white. If you have a white background, simply the opposite. Your first two should be white, and then the last should be black. Okay, I hope those are the most, I'm sure those are the most two colors people use on their charts. If you have any other funny color, just make sure your last just make sure your first two match your background, and then your last is a color that is visible on your background, right? So that it will appear, this will be the only line that you see, right? So yeah. And then the level, we have levels, I'm going to click that. So what you see now is we now have a white visible line, and then the red and black coming from the envelopes, right? So we're done with setting up our indicator. What's left now is how to use this indicator. Like, the first thing that I want to highlight is you have to adjust your zoom level to the smallest, right? The smallest zoom level. Then once you've done that, you're now left with explaining when to buy and when to sell. So remember, this is a spike detector, which means for boom 500 and boom 1000, you're only looking for buy trades, right? And then for crash 500 and crash 1000, you're only looking for sell trades. So if you're opening our charts on boom 1000 like here, you're going to talk about buy trades only, and then we'll switch to crash 500 and we'll talk about sell trades only, right? So it's a very simple strategy. The sell condition the only sell condition that we have is okay, let me start off with the buy. Since we're on boom 1000, the only buy condition that we have is when the white line touches the green line, right? When the white line touches the green line, you're supposed to place your buy, right? So we're going to take a look at some of the examples and some of the scenarios where the white line touched the green line. Okay, so I'm gonna start off here. Can you see the moment the white line touched the green line, we did have a few ticks, and then it was followed with a series or with two spikes, and obviously you'll be in profit, right? I'm going to take a look again at another example here. At this point, our white line touched the green line, which means that your entry was supposed to be somewhere here, right? And then you would hold and wait for the spikes, and then eventually you hit the double spike, which would set you in profit, because your entry point would be somewhere here, and then the spike went all the way up to this level, right? Again, when the white line touches the green line, you have a nice spike there. Okay, Let's keep looking at other examples. Now let's take a look at this one. White line touch the green line, and you see the series of spikes that followed. White line touch the green line, can you see the series of spikes that followed? So I know most of you will be, how long should we wait and how long should we hold? We'll talk about that in the next video, but for now, hold up until your spikes come, and then obviously considering your risk reward ratio, you make sure that you are still you still have free margin, right? Make sure you still have free margin. Make sure you're trading with proper risk reward, so that you don't get squeezed while you don't get pushed out of the market while you're still waiting for the spike, right? Again, you can see this point, white line touch the green line, and then boom, we had our nice spike. So we can go on and on and on, but you guys can test this out. That's why you have it. You can test it out on your own. I can't take a look at all the examples. I just show you a few. Let's switch to crash maybe 500, so that you know that it works on both. Crash 1000, crash 500, boom 1000, and boom 500. Okay, now we're on crash 500, and we said we're looking for sell trades, right? So the opposite now is true. When your white line touches the red line, then you're supposed to sell, because that's where the spike is coming, right? So we take a look again at some examples. Here we had our white line touching the red line, and then can you see the series of spikes that followed? Here again we had our white line touching the red line, and then you can see the series of spikes that also followed. And then again here you see the series of spikes that followed. So I think you guys are convinced that this one works. I don't want to make this video quite long. We have a part 2 to this. So yeah, this is all for today. Let's hope we get those spikes. Let's hope we catch those spikes. And if you want to join my VIP group, hit me up, or for mentorship or for account management. I'm free to do that. Until next time.